Wow. Good job. I like it because he's been listening to it. That's our special guest. This is the time of the show where we do the introducing. That was Dakota Avenue, and we've got him on air now. Brilliant, man. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Lovely vocals, and a lot of people that are on Mixcloud are saying that as well. Introduce yourself anyway, so people know who you are.
Yeah, sweet. Well, so my name's Jay, and I front and play guitar for the band you just listened to.
Excellent. Where are you based? Are you based in Manchester?
Yeah. So I grew up like kind of between Bolton and like Lee area. So yeah. But it's kind of on the cusp of like being more like Lancashire. It's kind of like I'm probably more Lancashire than Manchester, but when we formed the band kind of at university, and that was like we'd moved into the city centre in Manchester, so I'd lived in Manchester for quite a while, but yeah.
We welcome anyone, do you know what I mean? I'm from Eccles, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone said to me, I was at a gig a bit back and he went, well, you're not really part of Manchester, are you, Eccles? I went, what do you mean?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you just never know, do you? You never know.
Idiot. Said he was said he was a knobhead. He'd got in the VIP area where we were and he got dragged out because he blagged it. Do you know what I mean? I paid.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
So maybe I'm not man-king because I paid to get in there. So maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
What's it say? It says their music fuses indie pop, soul, atmospheric elements driven by melodic. Oh, I can't.
Well, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Where have you found that?
I don't know. I've got my assistant working away here, mate. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I can't read that bit because I'm dyslexic. But anyway, it sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds good.
Thank you.
So, how long you been together? Since 2019?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's kind of seen like a few different like what would you say, generations of lineups and all that stuff. But yeah, in this kind of current like in this kind of lineup, it's been around a year now, and yeah, it's great. It's yeah.
Excellent, absolutely brilliant. Let's see if we've got any questions here. Remember Key and track, great track. What's that one? Is that one of yours? That's a nice vocals. Yeah, we said that at the start. Wonderful. A fantastic band, brilliant live. That's from We Believe. So
thanks.
Yeah,
lovely guys. Absolutely love them too. They're mint.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's good. It's good when you get support, and that's what this show's about. We want to support bands and get them out there to an audience. So, how many's in the band then?
So we're three-piece. So there's me playing guitar and singing, and there's a bassist and there's a drummer, and we try and make it. I suppose we just kind of obsess over making the biggest sound we possibly can. Probably a little too much sometimes, down to like tiny little twinkly bells instead of hi-hats or whatever, and it becomes just something we obsess over, is getting that biggest sound we possibly can from three people. It's a lovely compliment that you get, and you kind of constantly wanting to sound as massive as possible.
Yeah, it does. I really like that track. I was trying to relate it to something else, and I'm not with it at the minute, but it's got a vibe. It's got a nice feel to it. It's got a nice easy feel. And you're right, for three piece is difficult, isn't it? Because you've got 4 or 5, you can do all sorts, but it's difficult when there's only 3 of you.
Yeah, I mean that recording for sure does have like so like there's an acoustic on there, and there's a couple of things like that, and the recordings I definitely wanted to make sure that we kind of gave the track everything it could, and there are like multiple layers there, and because I wanted that, translating to live was always such a challenge with this specific song, because I was like, I wrote it during lockdown, and that's when there was just like, I could do I wasn't gigging, I wasn't rehearsing, so I wasn't thinking of writing for a 3-piece. I was writing a song that I wanted to write with no limitations. So when we took it to the studio, and there was an acoustic part, and there was 2 guitar parts, and there was a bass part and a synth part and a piano part and all these mad things, and we had to like really work to try and find what would work live, and yeah, that was an interesting process.
Yeah, I think that's It was a funny period now. I mean, it seems, it's 5 years ago now, all that nonsense. And in some respects, it was very damaging for a lot of things, people's mental health and all that being isolated. But in some other respects, I think it propelled people onto different things. Loads of bands formed during lockdown. We started doing the live streaming like this in lockdown because the platform became available. It was unbelievable. Everyone got used to using platforms like Zoom and what have you. So doing this in the past, doing interviews was difficult because I don't know how to use it. I've never used that. I don't like doing that. I just want to do audio. So I think there's been some great benefits and leaps forward with that period of time. And obviously you've just explained that from what you've done, because it stopped everyone. They couldn't do other things, so everyone focused on stuff that they wanted to do, which is actually absolutely brilliant, really, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? People really focused on stuff. That's great. We've got a question from Manta Ray. They're down in the south. They're a band that says, who produced the track Bills? Sounded awesome.
Oh, nice. The producer is a guy called Andy Gannon. He's produced quite a lot of I think he's done some stuff with like Fickle Friends. He's done some stuff with Cortinas, and he's a really, really cool guy. And Andrew Gannon was in a band called Fierce Cella. They've got some really cool music. It was over in Stoke. There's like a studio called Silk Mill. No, that was the last recording. Apologies. We recorded this one with Andy Gannon at the Edge Studios in Macclesfield. But yeah, Andy did it all. Legend.
Excellent. And Pretty Basic, they're a band. They're over in Brazil. He said, hello, Dakota Avenue. What does he say? CGT on the song will be included in our indie and alternative playlist on Spotify. So there you go.
Nice.
Good,
love that. Thank you. Yeah,
great,
that's true.
We have people from everywhere. We've got a band over in Sweden that's on there and what have you. So
awesome.
Guernsey. So go on. Ian Gallagher, any sound... He brings this up all the time. He's basically said, any sound engineers ever turned up to your gig on the skateboard?
No.
I'll tell you the story behind it. Basically, they did a gig once, and the sound engineer was late. Right, turned up on a skateboard, and he said, "Sorry, I'm late. The traffic was bad." I must have been smoking crack cocaine or something. Do you know what I mean? It's unbelievable. And that brings me on to a question, because I love this question. Any disasters at gigs? Because they're always bad at the time, but afterwards can be quite memorable or, in fact, funny.
I wish I'd have had this question in advance, because I know there absolutely will be some howlers. I mean...
Well, if you can't think of any, and then one comes to you, in when you're, I don't know, having a shower or something, or on the loo later on, message it to Janice, do a video and say, this is the disaster.
I will do, because I promise you there absolutely will be some horrendous ones.
Mantre said, what's your favourite FX pedal for your guitar rig?
Delay. So if they're wanting specifics, I use a Strymon Timeline, which has the only reason I use that is because you can set presets on it, so it just makes gigging a little bit easier. But I kind of got into the whole dotted delay sound through growing up listening to bands like obviously U2, Edge does the dotted delay sound, and we don't use it that much in this song, but there's other songs like Slap Me Silly, and most of our catalogue I'm obsessed with that dotted eighth delay, and it comes from the dub reggae love that I have as well. So with that, we started out using just a Roland Space Echo pedal, and then like I say, I just needed something that was a little bit more reliable, and got that pedal. Sorry for any viewers that don't care about that. But... Mate,
people will or people won't. I mean,
I love questions like that.
It might as well be Swahili to me, but but it's important, because there's musos out there. A lot of people that watch the shows are musicians, and they interact, so they'll understand it 100%. I mean, I'm learning the drums at the minute. That's my drum kit over there.
Nice. I started on drums. I love drums. It's my favourite instrument.
Yeah, I'm I'm kind of getting there. I've been a bit frustrated with it, but tonight was brilliant, and you'll probably appreciate this. My tutor, I'm learning patterns at the minute. You know what I mean? And he played them next to me. We played them together. He went, "Take the music away. I want you to just play it from memory." And it was like one of the wildest things ever. And to anyone else, it'd be nothing. But to actually play something at the same time as someone else sat next to you, would just blew my mind. So I was over the moon with it. But anyway.
Great. It's
got to be done, hasn't it? So when did you start playing the old guitar then?
I was probably around 5 or something like that. I was really lucky to have. So my stepdad had a guitar, and he knew, like, I'd probably got 3 chords, and he picked this guitar up and played the 3. I was actually it's weird. Like, he's just given me this guitar that I started learning on. Like, we just found it, and like, this was literally a couple of days ago. But yeah, he taught me this 1 chord, and like the sound that came out of this guitar, I just remember like getting goosebumps and like just thinking, oh my God, that's so cool. And that was it. I just like, I've never really had lessons. Yeah.
Amazing.
Just kind of learned I do most things by ear. Yeah.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I love that, and the fact that he's found the guitar and give it you, and I love that, and that's the sort of stuff that fans would get into as well. I don't know if you shared that story anywhere, but you should, because that is wonderful. You know, bring.
Oh yeah, we'll do.
You should. Yeah. You should do, because I think that's fantastic. That. I mean, well, I think I was shoving Tonka toys around at 5. I wasn't playing with musical instruments. That is for certain. And I've always wanted to learn, but I've tried the guitar. I could never learn that. I really struggle with that. And then I just thought I need proper lessons, because that's my 3rd or 4th drum kit I've had. I just keep selling them, buying them, selling them.
That's the problem, isn't it? Sometimes picking some up and sticking to. Like, I actually started on drums. So like I played the guitar, I learned them few chords and was like, cool. But the interest, like I had some, I'll probably say frustration issues when I was younger, and I got quite angry quite frequently. And rather than my mum approaching it in a way of just telling me off all the time, she was like, this kid has obviously got some things he needs to vent. Let's get him a tabletop drum kit. And like it was just a real just kind of cheapy thing, and absolutely loved it. I just spent hours and hours and hours and hours on it. Yeah, I love drums.
Brilliant. Oh, that's great. And that's the thing, and we when you're kids, as you know, a lot of people get labels now, don't you, on the spectrum, ADHD or whatever, and the rest of it. But a lot of the time, people are just bored and they just need something on it. So we're all different. Some people want to run around, smash things up. You know, some other people want to sit down and read books, or just chill out. And we're all different. And fair play to your mum for doing that, and your stepdad for getting into the guitar. Because otherwise, without those 2 things, and you being probably an absolute pain in the ass when you was a kid, you wouldn't be creating this amazing music now, would you?
Yeah, well, exactly. I do have them to thank for that.
I'll say as it is, you know what I mean? That's what it is. He's an absolute nightmare. He couldn't make any more noise. Get him a drum kit, but it's going to be noisy. Yeah, but do you want to listen to him? To get him a drum kit. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, they were genius. They were genius. They were genius in the way that they got me an electric drum kit and bought me some headphones.
Brilliant. I mean, I've got an acoustic one. I keep saying to my friend, I'm going to get an electric one. She went, you can't buy another drum kit. I said, I can. And I will. So
I will.
Because she comes out and it's a bit noisy on a Sunday afternoon. I said, that's why I want an electric one, so I can play to my heart's content here, and you're not going to annoy anyone. Anyway, that's by the by. Here we go. Are you playing at any gig, or are you playing or going to any festivals this summer?
So we had a bit of time out. Kind of, I'd call it a mental health break, to be honest. Like, in the best, like, you need to take them things.
Yeah.
And so we knew that once we'd kind of started coming back into, like, getting things back going and coming back into this year, we knew that we'd missed the opportunity to get on any festivals. And so it was like, we're not just going to wait and just like waste this time. Let's like record some music. Let's get as many gigs as we can between kind of like May and June. Like, kind of like, let's try and like gig quite frequently. Let's get some songs out, so we're kind of getting our name back out there. And but the main kind of key thing was recording and recording these songs that I've been writing and over the last couple of years and stuff. But we are playing the Tramlines Fringe at Record Junkie, so if anyone wanted to come to that in Sheffield, that'd be cool. And just a few other like little kind of tastemaker-y ones. But yeah, obviously the aim is to get on some festivals next year. That would be awesome.
Excellent.
Fingers crossed for me, whoever said that.
Excellent. Have you played at the Etihad Stadium?
Yeah, so it wasn't the stadium. It was essentially before the match day, they have some pre-match entertainment on an enormous stage outside the city store, and it's absolutely mint. It's like the best sound I've ever had anywhere. It was just unbelievable, and they run it like a TV show. So you'll do like one song, you count it in, and then they like go somewhere else over the stadium and do interviews and all that stuff, and then like 30 minutes later you'll do two songs or whatever, and then another 40 minutes later you'll do your final song, and then you go and watch the football game kind of thing. But it was absolutely amazing. We've done that a few times. It was
wonderful, because we had a guy on the other week, and he plays at Liverpool, so he does the Liverpool matches, and he
nice.
And he played the team in when they won the I'm shit with football, but they won something anyway. Whatever
the Prem, yeah,
they won that. So that's great, and it's good that they do that at the stadiums, isn't it? And yeah, that is brilliant for you guys. So has that brought you some success fan wise from appearing on that?
So you definitely get because I think the footfall of people like walking past, because rather than it being like a standing and watching you, you probably get like a couple hundred people standing and watching you, which is phenomenal for a band of like our size. But you must have thousands of people going past you, which is just brilliant. And obviously it goes out on City TV as well. So the exposure is brilliant. And you do get kind of messages on Instagram and people who kind of like share, your story, share stuff on your story and that. And whether that translates to listeners, I don't know. But
I can, but not help. So are you a City fan? You're blue.
No, I'm not.
Did you go and watch the match as well?
Yeah. So I'm actually.
You love it.
I know. Yeah, I'm actually a United fan, and the other two are Liverpool fans.
Oh shit!
What's that?
I said, oh shit. I mean, three of you. You know what I mean? In there, couldn't get any worse.
I know. Well, to be honest, it was one of them where like getting a ticket to go watching a Premier League football match, like any like football fan, like
you're gonna watch it, aren't you?
You want to watch it. Like
exactly.
I just like football. Like I'm not one of them who's like, oh no, like I hate this team or whatever. I just love a good game of football. Like who was it? I watched like Arsenal play Liverpool or something like that. Don't support either of them teams. But it's just a sick game of football. Like, and if you're passionate about football, like, why wouldn't you just enjoy watching a game of football? I get me when people get angry over it.
I get it. I used to go and watch City years ago, many moons ago, when they were at the other stadium, Main Road. But I've just got no interest. I just don't follow football. I don't know the first thing about it, to be honest with you. You just get tickets and you just go and watch it. It's just something to do on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it's funny that got me back into football. So I used to be really into football as a kid. Went to uni, and no one I knew was interested in football. And then we played this event, and I went to watch City, and it got me back into watching and following football. So that's quite interesting. Like, but yeah, I just don't follow it to a degree where it angers me.
Yeah, I've seen City play. I think I'm not sure if they played Nottingham or something. So again, I was doing a contract with someone, and he's like. I was working for him. He's like, oh, I've got seat tickets for the match. He only wanted a driver, so I had to drive all the way from the Midlands to Manchester. He's getting tanked up, and I could only have a pint. And I was like, I'm not really a big football fan. I've got to drive him in. I can't even have a drink. I said I would never doing that ever again.
Oh, there's nothing worse than being around people who are drunk when you're not as well.
Drinking, I'm like, I had one pint and I got the taste, as Mickey Flanagan says, I got the flavour. And I thought, oh no, I just want to get smashed now. And I've seen Oasis there as well. which was
Oh, I was going
phenomenal.
to say, was that? I was going to ask you that because obviously I knew they'd played there famously.
I've seen Oasis play there, and they were absolutely brilliant. And
Mm.
I remember them saying, they turned around to the crowd and went, "Hey, you two, get out of our fucking seats!"
Oh,
Yeah, it was great. They were great. It was fantastic.
that's class.
What did he say? Lilo Records. Let me contact mates at City and let me contact my mates at City and end that because he's. I think he's a City fan. I'm sure he's a City fan. Lilo Records. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Brilliant. We've talked a lot about football and stuff, and not a lot about music. So, who's your influences growing up? Did we ask you that? I can't think we've not said that, have we?
Like top dog for me is Feeder. No one, everyone's always surprised by that. For some reason, Feeder just write music that just made me feel a certain way. And I always feel like writing a song after listening to Feeder. Like they're just super, just speak to me. But I suppose bands like Feeder, Doves. I love Doves. Doves were a big one behind Next Bill that you just played. Like the Winter Hill and Words kind of type tunes. I just remember thinking this is gorgeous. Yeah, I'm just a big fan of melodies. Alter Bridge, who are like a metal band, really kind of they got me into singing. Like I never really sang, and I'd heard his vocal and was like, this is immense. And I used to just come home and try and sing his songs. And that's the only way I learned to sing, really. So I think that's responsible for my kind of higher register, like that, that just by repeatedly destroying my voice trying to sing his songs.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
No.
Not good if he's destroying your vocal cords. So
exactly,
you got to look after them. Mantre says, "Love Feeder, great influences." Have we got any more questions, people? The question that I normally ask people, right, when there's a few of them there, if there was a zombie apocalypse, oh, brilliant! Which band member would die first?
Oh, I'd probably say me, to be honest.
Yeah. What normally happens if there's 3 or 4 people there, virtually instantaneously, they all point to the same person. It's just it's freaky. I love that advert. So what's the doggy called?
Oh, he's called Albie. He's just popped in and crashed the show.
Oh, brilliant. That's his fault. He's very he's got quite whiskery, isn't he?
Yeah, he's proper like a cat, to be honest.
Yeah, we had a Jack Russell who was 16. We had to put him down a few weeks ago. It's
oh no,
absolutely heart wrenching, mate. I never expected to feel like that. I knew I'd be upset, but I tell you what, it was like you're losing a kid. It was just the most horrible. I had a couple of days off work and everything. So there you go. How old's
I'm sorry about that.
No worries. It happens, doesn't it? He had a good life. How old's your doggy?
He's 2.
Oh, I've never seen him like that with a beard like that.
I know, he's got a proper tash, hasn't he, on him? Like, look at his little tash.
Yeah, that's weird. That is like a cat. That's unbelievable.
We made a point, and he's got a wig as well. Like, look at his
He's a cracker.
We made a point of keeping them features.
Yeah. And I bet that is an absolute lunatic, isn't it? He's a lunatic.
That. Yes. He is.
Sorry,
he is
I'm not good with names.
He is an absolute lunatic, but we match each other's energy. So
my neighbour's got one, and he's called Trigger out of Holyfields and Horses, because all these animals are named after Holyfields and Horses, and he is an absolute Fruit Loop. He's just a lunatic, and he comes in our garden. Yeah.
It's weird. He's like he's either mental or like unmovable.
Yeah.
Like he's just completely conked. Like it's just one extreme or the other.
Two speeds, full on and stop. So what's the plans for the next 12 months? And you did say you was doing a few things, and you've been recording what have you, and you've missed the festival. So what's your plans for the next year? What's happening?
Well, so we always get lovely compliments when we're gigging, and that feels like a way that we can reach new people, and we want to gig as much as we possibly can. So we're going to, obviously look at kind of just getting on as many support slots as we possibly can over the next kind of couple couple of months. That is kind of the main strategy, is just begging for support slots and doing things like that. We plan to. We've got a lot of songs ready to release, and we're looking at kind of just trying to keep consistent. And like I really don't like doing social media, but it's something that you have to do. So releasing music is releasing music consistently, which is something we really want to do. Like aligns with that plan to release content more on socials and stuff and be able to engage with people. So we just plan to release as much music as we can, as consistently as we can, and gig as much as we can, and then we'll kind of see. I think we'll reassess in 6 months kind of what the plan is. But yeah,
Brilliant.
it's just kind of enjoying the process is the most important thing to me. It's an hard industry that we're in, so we just want to enjoy the next 12 months and
Yeah, I'd say all the time you've got to be doing it in the industry because you love it, not because you're after the money. It's a bit like doing this show. We've had everything going for about 7, 8 years now, and it's not earned anything from it. It's cost us more than anything. But
you do it because you love it, don't you?
Do it if you love it, and you hope one day something will come, whether you get success from the amount of people watching, or someone comes and wants to sponsor you. Oh, we are sponsored by Lele Records, by the way, so thanks to them. Brilliant. Well, I'm going to let you get what have you got planned for the rest of the evening? I'm going to let you get on with your evening now, and you can.
Well, so my partner's just got some nice news about her job, so we're going to go for a Wagamama's.
Excellent. You go and enjoy a Wagamama's and get a dog and get a doggy bag for the dog.
Yeah, will do.
But before you get, is there anything I've not asked you or you want to promote? Because we've gone all over and talked about all sorts, and that's why I like this part, because it's not too strict in what we talk about.
No, yeah, that's it. I just liked it was just nice having a chat. Just yeah, we've got plenty songs out if anybody wants to give us a listen, and I'm always on my social media, so if you want to reach out, I'm chatty, so just chat with me.
Do it, people. And before you go, can you do as an artist drop? So say your name, band name, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio. And I'm going to change that to Duggys Atomic Dustbin, I think. But do Dougie Stone Radio. That'll do for now.
You want me to say the band name?
Your name, the band name. This is Jacob from Dakota Avenue, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio.
Right. So yeah, I'm Jacob from Dakota Avenue, and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio.
Brilliant. I bagged these because Bosh. I bagged these because when one of the bands becomes an ultimate superstar, I've got their artist drop.
Yeah, you are. 100%. Sick idea.
Yeah, I know. So I just want one of you to get famous. So stop pissing about and get famous.
We're working on it.
Come on, man, get famous. And I always say to bands. So if any bands I've interviewed before have not said it, if you ever get on a big gig like the O2 and you hear this knock, open the door. It's me. I'm coming in. So
yeah. I'll get you up doing a shout out.
Yeah, exactly. I can
get you with
I can play the maracas, the tambourine, and a triangle. I'm all over that. Jobs are good. Anyway, it's been wonderful to chat to you. You got a superb voice. I love the way I love the way you interact. Dead natural. Nice to talk to. And keep on doing what you do. Keep enjoying the music. People, go and support them. Go and find them. And best of luck for the future, man.
Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. Cheers.
It's been wonderful. So, hope you enjoyed that, people. See you, mate. Thanks a lot. Keep in touch. Keep in touch with Janice. Janice will have a chat with him, and we'll get him on again when he's got some other music out or he's got some other news. So that was brilliant, wasn't it? I'm going to crack on. We're going to play some more music now.